That time of the week, Wednesday, 11 a.m. Pacific time, favorite time of the week. I'm not sure if the internet gods are really smiling on us today, so this might be shaky, iffy. I don't know, but they're doing stuff outside. Things haven't gone real well that way. But I love coaches. I love speakers. I am so happy to be here. Little change coming up in what we're doing here. I'm going to have a ton of guests coming up here, which is fantastic. I love removing the roadblocks. I know how hard it is to be a speaker, a coach, and make a business out of it. And what I want to do is start removing roadblocks that you have to make your life as a speaker or a coach much easier, much faster, much simpler to get where you need to go. So next week we've got a fantastic guest. He is the entrepreneur that started the Coaches Jungle. That's going to be fantastic. He has over 26,000 coaches on this Facebook group here, and we'll have access to that. But he'll talk about that all next week. If you got any kind of roadblock you're facing or something that's getting in your way, hop on in here. Let me know. I'll put a little, here's what it is on the thing, joinraylive.com. That's where we're at. That's what we're doing here today. I remember starting out and just thinking, oh my God, this is, if you're the best speaker, I mean, I started with stand-up. Like, if you're the funniest stand-up, you'll be famous. You'll be great. Well, that isn't true. There's famous people. There's funny people out there that aren't famous. There's hysterical people out there that aren't famous. There's people that aren't so funny that are famous. That's the weird part. It's not who's the best at what they do, who's the best at selling themselves. And one of the things that we face all the time is we have this incredible native genius that we like to talk about. We speak about it. We coach about it, all these things. But because it's so easy for us to do, we don't believe that our unusual talents are good enough to charge unusual prices. And if you are an entrepreneur and you've got this idea that you love and this wonderful thing, there's really three things you have to capture. You have to believe that you are the best at what you do. Maybe not the best, but you're up there, right? What you do is great. The product or service that you provide is absolutely fantastic. What you do takes people's lives and transforms them for the better. And then you also have to believe that what you do is so unique that you're able to charge unique pricing to get that done. If you can believe all those three things, then you control your native genius. If you don't believe those three things, all you're going to do is get into conversations with people and they'll say, wow, this is great. You should do that. That would be wonderful if you did that for a living. You're like, how do I do that? Who would pay for that? I just talk for a living. Who would pay for that? Get over it. Get over it. Believe that what you do is an amazing talent. There are people that will pay for what you do. They'll pay a lot of money. Don't get caught in the stand-up comedy mindset like I used to be, where I would walk into a place, I'd have $29 in my pocket. I'd do a set, I'd have a couple beers, and I'd walk out with like $38. Man, that was a great night. I'm positive. So if there's anything that is sticking in your craw that you are wondering about, how do you get it better? Come on in here. Let's talk about it right now. JoinRayLive.com. We got tons and tons of guests coming your way. I'm so excited. I talked to a group of people, and a lot of them are interested in coming on and coming to the show. A lot of people come that. A lot of people see this later. If you feel like that, put your comments in there. I will get back to you with the questions. We've got all kinds of people that come in here and look at this thing. We're on YouTube, we're on Facebook, we're on LinkedIn Live, and we get hundreds of people each week to come on in and take a look at this and make comments and make fun of what I'm wearing and whatever it is. I don't care what it is. Have fun, enjoy this. I really still haven't gotten any comments about having Cartman sitting over there. It looks like a rock is landing on Cartman's head, but that's out there as well. So what are your roadblocks? That was a big one of mine. I had to overcome my own money mindset. I didn't believe that what I did was worth a ton of money until I started working with people who I believed were super, super more successful than me, and they were asking for my advice. And when I was able to help them out and take that and make their lives better and easier, I'm like, oh my God, look who I just helped. That is fantastic. So if you've got an issue, if you've got something that's sticking in your craw, let me know about it. And we'll do a whole week where we'll do a subject on that. That would be absolutely great. I love to help people that are so afraid of talking to people about selling themselves that they feel like instead of selling themselves, they feel like they're selling their soul. And the way I look at it, because I used to feel the same way. I used to, oh my God, I don't want to bother them. I don't want to come across as salesy. I want them to like me. And the cool thing about getting older is you don't have to worry about what people think about you so much. You used to look cool. You used to be like the young, cute one, and then you all of a sudden become the creepy old guy. It's the same kind of thing right there. On Zoom, that little touch up button doesn't touch up so well anymore, and you still see beyond the crack in the face. That Zoom is like Botox. It's fantastic. It really smooths out your face. You can keep your chin down so your waddle doesn't show. You can grow a little goatee for that. Why did I grow a goatee? I don't know. All these things are fantastic. Where was I going with this thing? I just lost it. Squirrel. Okay, I'm back. I didn't believe that what I did was worth any money, and it's helping other people that have had these success and have these titles. Now I understand and I believe that I'm world class at what I do. I am able to transform people's lives, and I'm happy to do it. If I don't share the things that I know that can help you out, I'm being selfish and I'm actually hurting your growth. So if I don't tell you, yes, I can help you. Yes, you can hire me. Yes, you can have a coach. I coached the SA champion last coached many Toastmaster district champions. I've coached people in the Final Nine. I've written for people who've actually won the darn thing. If you want that kind of help, well, I'm here to help you. And this is free. You can come in here. You can ask me questions. I'll give you the best advice I possibly can. If you want to talk about, possibly being helped, I'd be happy to have a 15-minute conversation. Even if you decide not to hire me, I'm more than likely when we talk for 15 minutes, it'll probably go 20 to 30. And if I can't give you 2 or 3 things in 20 or 30 minutes that make your life better and easier, it never would have worked anyway. So let's try that. But put your questions in here. Send them to me ahead of time. Be happy to set up a whole week where we have these things. If you have guests that want to be on here, if you'd like to be on here as a guest and you have a subject that would help coaches and speakers who love to coach and speak but hate the selling part of it, I'll be happy to have you on and talk about that. So this is my favorite time of the week, and I get to vent to you because in venting, there's invention. And when I come on and I talk about selling yourself instead of selling your soul, making it as if it's the most important thing in the world, because what you have is this mighty gift. The entrepreneur's conundrum, there's 3 parts that you have to master. One is your native genius, and we talked about that. One of the other things is communication. If you cannot communicate live or virtually, you will never be able to do what you're doing. So you have to understand the difference between live communication and virtual communication. You have to be charismatic through the little green dot. I have to be able to walk inside your room and hold you because I'm fighting your TV, your cats, your work, your phone, everything to hold your attention. Yakov Smirnoff said it really, really well years and years ago. Oh, America, what a country. Here you get to watch TV. In Russia, TV watches you. And we're not person to person anymore in this day and age. A lot of the time, we are on TV. So I have to come across through that green dot and make a connection with you. And so if you're one of these people that are, I call it the what is that guy? Kilroy was here. If you're looking up, if you're talking to people like this, if you're doing all kinds of things, if you're not hiding your waddle like I'm trying to today, those are the things that happen. So come on in here, give me some topics. We would love to have you on here. We've got Mark next week. He just come on and Facebook thumbs up on there. Any questions popping in here now, and we'll answer them. But I'm just excited for what's coming ahead. So welcome to Roadblock Removal for speakers and entrepreneurs and coaches in particular. We are about to explode this thing and rock and roll. I feel it. I'm getting so much momentum built with this thing. It's going to be fantastic. So thank you so much for our Wednesday workshop for entrepreneurial speakers. Welcome to the new Roadblock Removal for speakers and coaches. That's what we're going to be calling it. We've rebranded, we've re-energized, re-excited thing, but it's still happening Wednesday at 11 o'clock. We'll still have our lovely gold medal winner from Ireland come in and pop in and do these things. So that all those things that you love, we'll have it in there. JoinRayLive.com is the key. It changes every week, the background, because I'm on StreamYard, so they make you change it every single time you go on. But I change it and I put the forwarding in there. That's how this works. If you've got questions about I've got lead generators coming on. I've got voice speakers coming on. I've got incredible people that are doing amazing things for speakers and coaches. I can't wait. I hope you're excited as I am as well. I know that there's hundreds of you out there each week that watch this thing and comment, because I see the YouTube numbers. I see the Facebook numbers. I see the LinkedIn numbers, and they all usually there's about, I think right now we start at about 500 and go up to 2,000 sometimes. So it's great. I'm excited. I hope you are too. This is fantastic. Let's go back to that. That's where I was. Native genius, communication. You have to be good one-on-one. You have to be good virtually. You have to be good one-to-one. You have to be good one-to-many in both virtual and live presentations, because this world is both now. You can concentrate on one or the other, but there's times where you're going to have to understand both. Written, oral, both have to be great. And there's different things that hit home with those different patterns. If you don't understand what I'm talking about, come on in here. We can chat with you about that. Send me an email. I'd love to go over that. If you're having communication issues, because if you can't communicate, you cannot sell. If you understand your native genius and you can communicate well, what you're going to have are these tremendous opportunities to sell. But what it comes across as, I call it debate team sales. You make a logical explanation as to why someone should buy, and you will tell people everything you do, and you will talk about the things you do well and what you can do to people and for people. You don't talk about the right thing, which is what happens when you do it. What are the results of what you do? And that comes up because you're missing the third component of being a great entrepreneur, and that's people skills. And people skills are the amazing elixir that allows you to connect. People, I build great rapport. Rapport is not enough, because you have to connect before you can build rapport. And we teach people how to do that all the time. We can take you from being an introvert to being a connecting wizard. I used to be the shyest person in the world. I used to have a bucket on my head. I learned how this works. I have been so alone in crowds before that now I can go in and I can take control of a crowd. I can go in a group of strangers and just walk through it and make it a group, really. And it's not a gift. It's a skill. It's a learned skill. I had to feel so alone in a crowd for so long. And how did I do that? I got coached. How did I do that? I studied the people that are great at it. How did I get there? I worked with people who are way better at it than I was, and I watched what they did, and I learned. And I took it, and I tried it, and I failed, and I went 10% farther, and I kept going. And all of a sudden, life was much better, and I didn't know why. And it was because I learned the people skills. And years ago, I sat down and go, how did I do that? So I reverse engineered. I teach them in a class called the Lean-In Factor. The four key pieces of people skills: confidence, humor, influence, and charisma. The good news, all four of those things, guess what? They're teachable. They're not gifts. They're not things that you're born with. They're things that you work on and you get. So we'll talk about things like that. But looking forward to these great new ideas coming up. I'm happy. Next week, I got a great guest, Mark Mahoney, the owner, the creator of the Coach's Jungle. If you're on Facebook and you're a coach, you want to be part of the Coach's Jungle. If you want to be part of the elite, they've got the Coach's Jungle VIP. We'll give you some more information on that ahead of Mark coming in next week. It's going to be fantastic. This will just be a quick one today, announcing the changes. So excited that you're here. So excited that I get to do this every week. Fantastic. Had a fantastic weekend. I went to Eugene, Oregon. I saw the Ducks play. Boise State went on a last-minute field goal. I found the love of like 60,000 people pulling green. Incredible. And if you want to understand that kind of feeling and when you connect with people and how it gets going, keep watching this thing. We'll give you tips, tricks, tools, techniques, all the T words you can think of that get you there. Have some fun and smile about it as well. So looking forward to seeing you. Looking forward to having more conversations with you. I can't wait for next week having Mark Mahoney here. And this is going to be fan-freaking-tastic. Chad Betts, our one of the great fans of the show, always informative. Thank you, Chad, the author of The Second Mouse Gets the Cheese. It's great to have him look at us here today and each week and having people pop in. So always looking for guests. Got a lot lined up. It's going to be fantastic. You're fantastic. Thanks for sharing the day here today, and I am out. Thank you so much. I'll talk to you later.